Good morning. We're starting off with our progress picture. All right, it's 6:13, a little bit later than normal for journaling, but we're gonna get it done anyways. We're gonna get the journaling done. We're gonna try and get to the gym by 6:45, 7 o'clock. It's just a get up and go day, I think. It's one of those just get up and go days where it's not gonna be a lot of fanfare. It's just gonna be a lot of like movement in the right direction, not busy work, actual movement that propels us forward. It's a huge difference. That's what we're working on today. Just really making sure that the things that we're doing are aligned to the things and the places that we want to go. But first, we journal. Day 9. Let's get after it. I hate thrusters. And never did I ever think I would see the day where I'd be doing thrusters willingly. No one making me. Can we just take a second to discuss how thrusters by choice is actually insanely unhinged? Workout number 1 done. Philip number 2, 10:39 a.m. I am ashamed to say that this is my third water bottle fill up of the day, and it's 7:30. I was ripping and running like a chicken with my head cut off, and the day got away from me. So now we're gonna have to go hard in the paint. We're gonna have to go hard in the paint right now. Luckily we did our walk a little bit earlier. I did not record that. Hmm. We're going to do our 10 pages, and I think that we will be able to call it. But let's work through this bad boy first because this is crazy. Not optimal at all. All right, so today we learned about the Office of Science and Technology Policy, and the purpose of this office is to advise the president of scientific and technological considerations, evaluate the effectiveness of the federal effort, and generally lead and coordinate the federal government's R&D programs. R&D being specifically research and development. And so basically like the offices of science policy. And what I found super interesting is the desire to regulate certain areas that would provide assessments on things like climate change, trying to like regulate those areas to like just advisory roles. And I found this piece particularly interesting, where it says the president should issue an executive order to reshape the U.S. Global Change Research Program and related climate change research programs. So it's basically saying that the next president should reshape these programs. And it specifically calls out that since environmental policymaking must run the gauntlet of judicial review, meaning, hey, since environmental policy making can't just be made in a silo with like a bunch of people. It actually has to have a judicial review. Then that can actually frustrate the process or like drag it out or make it harder for people to pass policies that directly impact everybody without having any say so. So we're saying, hey, we should lessen the ability to do that. And the process for producing assessments should include diverse viewpoints. I thought that was really interesting because throughout this book, it continually references like the woke agenda and all of these efforts to have diversity and equity and inclusion should be removed, except for when we're trying to pass climate change policy. Then we need diverse perspectives. So it's like the only time that we need diverse perspectives is when we're actively going against science. That's when we need diverse perspectives. Not any other time. It's when we want to pass policies regarding climate change without people caring about the climate and asking questions. I thought that was really, really interesting at how we could like flip that to now we care about diversity of opinion and diversity of viewpoints when it's one side saying, hey, climate change is affecting us. Maybe we should not do this or we should do this. And we need diverse voices to come in and say, no, 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 no. Like that was very interesting to me. Another thing is this is the Office of Science and Technology policy. And this next administration is going to face a significant challenge in unwinding policies and procedures that have been used to advance radical gender, racial, and equity initiatives under the banner of science, as well as remove the Biden administration's climate fanaticism. So it's very interesting. It's fascinating. It's one of those things where you're like, they wrote this down for me. They wrote this down for us to read it. So we're going to read it. Today was overall, I would say, a good day. I was a little scatterbrained, had some like stressful fires come in and they kind of knocked me off my game a little bit, but we're going to try again tomorrow. I didn't record my second outdoor workout just because I mainly just took my light phone with me and left all cameras. I think it's important every once in a while to like fully disconnect, even though I spend like a lot of time on social media. I don't spend a lot of time on social media. My screen time is around like 2.5 hours a week. And so I try to like keep it pretty low. And then some days I'm just like, I don't feel like bringing the camera. I want it to kind of just be me and feel the fresh air. So usually I'll leave my phone, the camera, and just go for a walk, which is cool because I have the Garmin. And the Garmin still tracks it for me. So we had a nice outdoor workout. I didn't get to do my artist date, and I probably stayed on the phone just a little bit too long with family, and it kind of just like drained the day. But you know what? It was nice to catch up, and it's like, it's okay. You know, we're doing the thing. There's not really like a rush to do the thing. We're locked in for like 75 days. So we're gonna try it again tomorrow. I'm so glad tomorrow's Thursday. I'm so glad. I might have to start paying a little bit more attention to this, but I love Thursdays because I actually am able to like work on things in the morning versus like journaling, going straight to the gym. I actually have like a little bit of buffer to where I can like work on something if I want to, get some guitar in. It's just like a slower paced day. It makes me wonder like what my week would look like if every day was at that time. Maybe I'll experiment with that next week. Maybe I'll experiment with waking up at 6 a.m. and seeing what that does. Do I love this? Do I hate this? what that might look like. It also means I'd be able to go to the gym around like 8:30, which means that it's usually pretty empty. I don't know. We're going to see. We're going to play around with some stuff. Overall, I'd give the day like a solid 8. Even with the distractions, what would make me give this an 8 over a 7? I might have to give it a 7. I can't think of a justifiable reason why it would be pushed to 8 over like the previous 7 days that I've had. And I don't mean like the previous 7. I mean like the previous days that like scored at 7. I'm trying to think. You know what? It would be an 8 because I did play around on the guitar today and I was able to get a piece that I was trying to practice perfectly. So that pushes it. Hell yeah. That really does push it for me. But I think that's it. I'm exhausted and we're going to try this again tomorrow. I'll see you in the next one.